Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making the most famous Chinese appetizer of all, the scallion pancake. We're gonna talk about the origin story of scallion pancake as well as a very detailed and useful recipe. Check it out. Hi new friends, this is Erica right here. I'm a Taiwanese citizen, currently living in America. Cooking and traveling is my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. On top of that, I also make videos talking about food knowledge and the history background of the dish on this channel. So if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. If you like Chinese food, I bet you definitely try out the scallion pancake before. This is a dish that you can find in almost every Chinese restaurant on the appetizer menu. Even though it is called a scallion pancake, it is actually more of a flatbread that has been folded over several times with scallion inside and pan-fried till crisp and golden. The most basic ingredient in the scallion pancake is just simply flour, scallion, and plenty of oil. Scallion pancake has been around for a very long time. As a result, each province of China have their own signature way of making scallion pancake. Same as Taiwan. Most people believe the origin of scallion pancake is from the Shandong province in northern China. But recently, some research has discovered that scallion pancake is probably originally a snack in Hubei, which is located in central China. But just like a lot of traditional dishes in China, it is hard to tell where it was first created anymore. But what we do know is that this international famous scallion pancake has got its name famous after it spread into Shanghai, then to the world. I remember when I was in elementary school, there's a food truck really close to my school door that sells fresh pancake that they make right in front of you. I can almost smell the scallion pancakes from the second that I open my classroom door, so even though the cart is not on my way home, I'll always do a little detour at least once a week to get a slice of it. So today I'm going to teach you a very simple and detailed scallion pancake recipe that you can easily make at home. So without further ado, let's take a look at our ingredients today, shall we? Here are the ingredients that we'll need for today's scallion pancake. First, we'll need some all-purpose flour right here for our dough, and a little bit of flour for our sesame oil later, as well as some yeast, sesame seeds, warm water, and scallion. If you don't have scallion, you can also use green onions. And for the seasoning, we'll need some salt and some black pepper powder, as well as the 5-spice powder. And the exact amount will be listed in the description box down below. The first thing we want to do today is to make our Chinese pancake dough. Get a big mixing bowl and add in all-purpose flour, salt, yeast, and water. To make sure the scallion pancake have enough elasticity, we'll have to mix the dough with warm water. The best temperature of warm water in this recipe is around 60 to 70 Celsius, which is around 140 to 158 Fahrenheit. It is definitely best if you have a thermometer, but if you don't have one, don't worry. You can roughly tell the temperature of the water when you're boiling it by looking at the bubble. And here's how you do it. When you're heating the water with your pot, look closely at the bottom of the pot. When you can start to see bubbling from the bottom, that means it's around the right temperature. Pour it slowly into the mixing bowl right away and use a chopsticks or a fork to mix the ingredient together while pouring. When you can see that the flour is turning into little chunks with no visible liquid, you can start to knead the dough with your hand. To activate the gluten, you want to knead the dough for around 5 to 6 minutes. Kneading dough is very simple. Just push into the center of the dough and fold the front part of the dough with your 4 fingers and repeat it in the round motion so that all parts of the dough are perfectly kneaded together. When that's done, put it back into the bowl with the smooth side up, cover it up, and let it rest for 30 minutes. During this waiting time, let's make our scallion oil. Get 100 grams of scallion or green onions and chop them into tiny rings. If you don't know the difference between a scallion and a green onion, here's a link to our last week's video that we talk about the difference between scallion, green onion, spring onion, leek, and big green onions. But simply put, scallion is the younger version of green onion. And specifically for this recipe, the younger the plant, the better it smells and tastes for your scallion pancake. Keep the scallion white and green separate. Now, heat up some olive oil in a little pot and add in your scallion white in medium-low heat. This step is to fry out the scallion oil essence so the flavor of the scallion can be well combined in your pancake. The traditional and the most tasty scallion pancake are actually made with lard. Even though the lard can give your scallion pancake a better aroma and sometimes better taste, but it's not so healthy. So today we're using the olive oil instead. Some easier recipe online might skip this frying part, but me personally think that if you don't fry out the scallion essence oil, your pancake is not gonna taste as good. Now, right before the scallion white turns its color, turn up the heat and add in sesame seeds, pepper, 4 spice powder, mix it real quick, and add in some all-purpose flour. Mix, 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 and the oil is ready. Now 30 minutes later, our dough is well rested. Separate them into 4 even pieces. Put some oil on the surface that you're gonna need your dough. Either that's your table or the baking mat will do. And start with pressing your dough down from the center. Then use a rolling pin to flatten the dough into 1/8 of an inch thick round. Don't worry about making a perfect shape of round because we're gonna fold it up right away. Now use a brush to evenly brush some scallion oil we made earlier on the whole surface of the dough. Then cover the dough with scallion green. Sprinkle the scallion like you're making a pizza by leaving a 1-inch outer ring blank. Sprinkle some salt evenly on the surface so it is easier to roll up like this. Then gently twist the dough like you're drying a towel, then roll it up like a cinnamon roll. Tuck the towel into the center of the roll, then cover it up with a damp towel for 20 minutes. This resting process will choke the gluten out, so later when we press down to the dough, the gluten is less likely to break. When the time's up, take the towel away and use your palm to press down the dough. You can decide how thick of the pancake you like, the flatter, the crispier. But if you like a soft center, you should probably keep it thicker. Now it's finally cooking time. Heat up a flat pan with medium-high heat and add in some olive oil. If you have a cast iron, that will be the best, but I don't have one in hand. When the oil starts to become more liquidy but not smoking, put your scallion pancake pretty side down in the pan. Then cover it up with the lid and let it pan fry for 2 minutes. The reason why we want to cover it up the pan is because we want to keep the moisture in the pancake so it don't dry out too fast. When the time's up, flip it around and do the same thing to the other side. 2 minutes later, open up the lid and check on both sides to make sure they're both golden and crisp. It's done. The Chinese vegan scallion pancake is ready. Wow, the strong scallion aroma makes me think of my childhood. The surface of the pancake is so crispy, you can feel it when you're cutting through it. The scallion oil and our rolling technique played a role in layering the dough, and the 5 spice powder gives the pancake some extra flavor that we're lacking from the lard. The crispy texture and the great scallion oil flavor are super addictive, and it is a great choice for an afternoon snack or even a quick breakfast to go. Now, while we're enjoying this vegan scallion pancake, let's learn how to say it in Chinese. The word of the day today is 葱油饼, scallion pancake. The first character we learned last week, which means scallion, 葱. The second character, 油, means oil. So 葱油 is the scallion oil that we made today. And the last character, 饼, means flatbread, or in this case, it will be pancake. So 葱油饼 is scallion pancake. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Let me know if you like this recipe by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it means a lot to me. I make 2 videos on YouTube every week, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!